Boo me! Welcome to Men in a tub. So yeah, how's everyone doing today? Swell, I hope.
Yeah.
No, the swelling's gone down.
The swelling's gone down. Oh, good. That's
Great.
good. That's fantastic. I'm glad to hear you're well.
Did you get hurt?
No.
Okay, good.
But the swelling has ended. It has subsided. Welcome to episode 304?
The fourth.
Episode 4 of season 3. Thank you if you're watching us live right now. We appreciate
birthed 4 of these already.
well, not yet. This 4th one's still in labor.
I was the midwife.
We're laboring here.
Yeah, I'm hoping that this one is birthed. That would be good. We can celebrate at the end.
As long as my computer doesn't break down, I think we'll be good.
Yeah, don't let it break down. So this is the part of the show where you, the listener / viewer, joins us.
Hi.
It's where we become friends. It takes a little time, but now we're in the 4th episode, and now you know us well, and now we are friends. We have a bond that cannot be broken.
I call it James.
You're my friend.
How you doing?
Thanks.
I'm so lost. What is happening
I
here?
have no idea.
What's happening is that we are making friends on
right.
the internet and across the globe.
I see
Oh,
over
I see
there.
what you're doing. I see what you're doing.
I don't know if you do.
Love.
Look inside your heart and you will find it. It was love all along. That was really the reason.
Love lifts us
that
up
Men
where
in
we
a-
belong.
That's why Men in a Tub exists. It's a
Love.
secret. It's a love secret. So anyways,
Wow.
Love
now that we
brings
got that
them.
out, I'm glad that we covered that. I just wanted to make sure it was clear in case anyone was questioning why we're here.
We're here for you.
And love.
Yeah, so what's been going on? Anything exciting? Anything cool? Anything rad? Yo? Anything thrilling?
I got an oil change today.
I just couldn't think of another word. You got an oil change. I got an oil change!
I put it off for several months, but I finally got it done.
That's-
And
that's
then
not-
they told me that I needed to spend another like $300 on some rear brakes. So, you know,
But you're gonna put that off?
maybe. I didn't have time to stay today. It didn't seem like they were saying that I was in dire need. So I think I'm all right for a little bit.
I mean, your rear brakes, they're doing what? Only 30% or so of the job.
Really?
You know?
I thought the rear
With
did
a-
more of the work.
Not with front wheel drive. Anyway.
Oh, okay.
None of us are mechanics, folks.
I'm
Don't
not-
listen to
I-
us. Listen to Car Talk on Saturdays. That might be more helpful.
Check your blinker
true.
fluid. That's all I know.
Check your blinker.
That is vital.
It's very important.
Yep.
I mean, there's a lot of people in this town that need to check their blinker fluid. That's all I'm saying. None
Yeah.
of the blinkers work.
Hey, that's I noticed that.
It's a valid point. So I did something exciting this week.
Tell us
Oh?
more.
Well, Trevor helped me actually.
Oh?
I built a PC.
Oh, that one. Okay.
What?
It was cool.
Trevor, you didn't know where that was going?
Is it Windows 10?
We can't
I
talk.
was-
We can't talk about the other thing.
I was just I didn't know for sure what he was
Okay.
doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it Windows 10?
Yeah. It's Windows 10.
What do you
I-
think? We talked about it last week a little bit. What do you think?
Windows 10 is cool. I was surprised that I liked it as much as I did. I was being the Apple fanboy that I am I proclaim to be, you know, I was really surprised. It's cool, it's slick, and it does the trick. I rhyme, see?
That was good.
Hire me.
yeah.
That was
I've
a
been-
really good rhyme.
I've been using it for about a week on my work machine. So yeah,
It's
does the
really
job.
cool. It's really cool. I don't know. I can't see what's wrong with it, really. I think it's perfect in every way possible.
There's still some software that's not being fully supported on it, but you know.
I don't mean that. I'm not being sarcastic either.
Have you asked it if it's willing to exterminate all human life if it decides it's imperfect?
That's not what Cortana does.
Yeah, Cortana seems pretty chill.
Okay.
but,
Cortana
yeah.
helps the Master Chief. She doesn't kill people.
All
Yeah,
right.
she's-
I just thought I'd ask.
At least not directly.
Cortana is our friend.
Friend.
Yeah. So you got a nice new computer, and Trevor helped you put it together.
Yeah, we got all the parts, and we put it in this box, and then we turned it on, and it worked.
I'd like to say thank you
For what?
You're welcome.
not calling me to help.
Why would I call you to help?
We don't need you.
You
There
don't
you
know
go.
anything about computers.
I don't know anything. Yes, that is correct.
You just throw them up. That's all you do.
Yes, you just throw them up in the middle of the night.
Not even in need of assembly. They're just already together.
True, with the keyboard.
That would be convenient. I'd rather have a whole computer than to throw up half a computer.
No,
Because, at least you have a functional
You
product.
know, I figured, Jeremy, it's kind of like calling your mechanic friend to come work on the car.
I know, right?
So I didn't.
That's
you know,
why I
I
said
didn't
thank you.
figure,
I meant that.
I didn't figure
I-
you'd want to do that.
I did
but-
not want to do that.
But yeah, so I can play the PC games on there, and it's neat. That's really all it is.
Yeah, the
I can
PC
play
games.
Candy Crush really good on it.
Cool.
It's fast.
I don't even know what to say to that. That's
can-
just
Should I go down the parts
Is
list?
there
Do
like
you guys want to know
like
the parts?
Solitaire?
yeah.
Is that
Go down that parts list.
There's
Tell me about the
no?
CPU.
What's the mine? What's the one where
it's
you
a
blow
quad
up the mines?
core.
Oh, quad
Minesweeper?
Oh,
Yeah,
it's got
that.
16 gigs of RAM.
Oh,
There are some
16
statistics that I'd like to
gigs.
share with you now, and they are numbers.
It's got, let's see, it's got a 980 Ti graphics card.
Oh, go on.
TI.
Oh yeah.
Is that a
With
Radeon
6
or
gigs of
ATI?
DDR RAM?
T.
and all those people that were our friends are now not our friends
Sorry,
anymore.
I'm sorry about it. Okay,
It's okay. We'll get new ones.
We'll get new friends that like
Yeah.
to listen to us talk
Sexy
seductively
PC
about
ta-
PC parts.
stats.
Oh, those sexy PCs.
You know, it's this weird thing because it's like, you know, like I think of my dad who can just like fix anything and build anything with his hands. He can be very mechanical and he could just go in there and like build like, I don't know. I imagine he could build a car, probably not, but still it's like that sort of thing where you just go in and you just fix it. And with the I don't have anything to relate to that. So like building a computer and then turning it on, even though Trevor did a lot of it, he helped me a lot, but I felt like I was part of the process. It was like you turn it on and it's like you accomplish something. Like it works. The fans are turning. It's working. I don't know. It's this. There's
when
some
you get
sort of
that
sense of
Windows
accomplishment.
screen.
Yeah.
to it.
Well, and then there's like a sense of attachment to it. I mean, it's almost like
It's my baby.
It's the relationship between man and beast.
Trevor and I made a baby together.
when you turned it on, did you exclaim that you knew how it felt to be God now?
Yeah, kind of.
In the midst of a lightning storm?
Yeah.
That's how I'm envisioning this.
Yeah, that's
God,
pretty-
You both
God.
ripped off your shirts too, didn't you?
Yeah, just the
No
shirt.
comment.
Just the shirt.
What?
I'm seeing that with your lightning bolts in the background and saying that you're God and just ripping off your shirt and like
I was directly referencing the 1931 Frankenstein. That didn't happen.
Well,
in
see,
that
I don't
movie.
think you guys get this because like it was a computer thing, right? So once it came on, the first thing we did is installed Steam and
Oh,
said,
yeah.
"Let's try a game that's graphically intense and see what happens." And then that's
Like Doom.
Yes, the original. Yes,
Yes.
very intense.
That's pretty intense.
I
That's a
like
fun
how
one.
I like how in Doom you can't look up. Nobody really talks about that. They all rave about Doom, but you can't look up in that game.
It's
It's kind of if you think about it. Anyways,
I don't know.
so anything else going on? Anybody else have some exciting things happen in their lives?
Getting my gutters replaced on my house on Friday.
That
but
sounds terrible.
yeah, it's kind of my life.
Is it boring or is it fun?
It's expensive.
Answer me now. That's not the you didn't have that option. I
Oh.
said boring or fun.
Boring.
Oh, okay.
The guttermen aren't just like the
It's
it's
it's actually
trigger
the
happy
gutter
people?
truck.
Oh, the gutter truck.
Yeah.
I
on a
haven't
truck.
cleaned my gutters on my garage for a long time, and I can see things growing in there. It looks like it looks kind of like a planter at this point.
Nice.
It's always nice when you get a tree growing out of them.
Bad. I've never had a tree growing out of.
Oh, I've seen them
that
occasionally like that.
sounds like that's not what you want there.
That's
Trevor.
what gutters are intended for.
Yeah.
So you can grow vines and weeds and
It's like a little garden on the
It's-
side of your
it's-
roof.
It's all decorational. You know those creeping vines? It all came from the gutter.
from the gutter.
That's also where I keep my mind.
often.
That's a
Get
good
your
place
mind
to-
out of the gutter
But it's going green though.
and the ditch. Yeah, your house is going green. It's great. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
So how's your gutter thing going? Is it good? You done?
No. It'll be done on Friday.
Owning a house is the worst.
It is.
I'm just gonna say sorry, Trevor.
That's
I know
what
you
I
just
like to
bought
hear.
a new house, but it is the worst thing ever.
So is this a cautionary tale for me not owning a
Don't
house?
buy
Money
a
pit.
house. It just like sucks your money away. And then you just have to fix things all the time.
Pay taxes.
When you rent, it's cool because you just call the landlord and say, "Hey, my air conditioner is broke." And you
Fix
spend the
it.
$5,000 or whatever it is to fix it.
I
you
have
call your
done that.
landlord and he never does anything.
Well, that's true.
Get a new
then you
landlord.
rent somewhere else.
My landlord
That's
just
right.
has people show up and fix things without telling me beforehand, and I'm like, what is going on here?
So that's somewhat.
Hi, I'm here to search through your underwear drawer. I got a call.
Back in the gutter.
That's
No.
it's approved by your landlord usually. You know, that is
Do
creepy.
they have
though.
strict codes about what kind of underwear you have in there?
Mhm.
Gotta have briefs or boxers. Which one? I don't
Streak
know.
free.
These are boxer briefs, not allowed.
That's why you only buy dark colored.
What's this, a jockstrap?
Yeah, and you don't eat too much artificial sweetener.
That's true.
May cause anal leakage. So that's actually. I mean, I wasn't in the gutter. That is actually a
Was
warning.
that a cautionary tale?
On sugar-free candy? If you eat too much sugar-free candy, so that's a warning to our viewers and listeners.
Sugar-free
Take it
candy.
easy on that sugar-free candy. I know you think you're being healthy, but
It makes you poop.
yeah, well,
A lot of food makes
I
you
would
poop,
consider
Kyle.
poop being the solid form of what happens actually.
Okay, so
see-
where are we go? I don't know where we're going.
Diarrhea,
with this.
Kyle, diarrhea.
Okay, I just thank you.
Leaky bowels.
Oh gosh.
Well, now that we've hit the bottom, we can only go up from here.
Anybody else doing anything fun?
Well, would you rather hear about my eczema problems or about the worst customer I've ever had?
Let's
wanna
go with
hear
the
about
worst
the
customer.
The latter
Yeah.
definitely sounds much better.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume the eczema thing is you scratch a lot. So let's just move on to the worst customer.
I don't need to hear about that.
Okay. So, this was Monday, and for those of you that don't know, I work in food service. I wait tables and stuff. And on Mondays, we have this thing where the kids' meals are for free. So this woman comes in with like a 9-year-old and a girl who's clearly 13 or 14. And they're both ordering off the kids' menu. And I'm like, okay, I should call you on this, but I'm not going to because I don't want to cause a scene.
Sounds like there's a scene coming.
Oh, there was a scene coming.
Yes.
So, they order their food. I bring it out when it's ready. And she takes one look at the garlic bread I bring her and says, we need this well done. And I was like,
Wait. Garlic bread, well done.
well done.
Keep it in the toaster longer.
Yes.
the heck out of it.
Burnt?
Yes, burnt. She wanted it burnt.
Okay.
So I just come back into the kitchen and I just slap my hand and I say something that I shouldn't say on the podcast.
Okay.
Alrighty.
We'll use our imagination.
Yeah. And the cook,
Kerfluffle.
yeah, I said kerfluffle. And the cooks just look at me when I tell them this and they're like, I hate burning things, especially intentionally.
So did she really want it burnt or just a little darker? Like,
She wanted it practically burnt, but we wound up giving her a little darker and she was okay with that. But the story goes on.
Okay.
I'm
Oh,
listening.
boy.
So between the three of them, they wound up getting 3 or 4 rounds of refills. And kids' meals aren't even supposed to come with refills. But by this point, I knew this woman was going to be obstinate no matter what I did. So I just caved in. And every time I brought her a refill of her pasta, she just looks at it and goes, "That's too much sauce."
Did you have to take it back?
She never sent it back, but she was always angry about it.
So, did you keep getting
much sauce?
less sauce each time?
Yes, and it was still too much.
Like, just give her dry pasta.
One time I even stood over the trash can and was scooping sauce off the pasta, and it was still too much.
That's funny.
So she also kept calling me over from me talking to other tables to order things. And what else does she do? whenever she would ask for something, like if she wanted a to-go box, she'd say, "I want a to-go box," and I'd come and bring her one, and she goes, "Actually, I need 3."
So did she tip you well?
No,
Oh, really? Like,
because only her food got charged because the other 2 were for free. So
why were the other 2 free again?
Because they're kids' meals.
Because it's kids eat free
Oh,
day.
kids eat free. That's right.
I think I would have
So she
given
didn't
them the first ones free, and then I would have been like, just put 2 more meals on there because they kept getting the refills.
Yeah,
When
that's
she
a good
asked,
way to
say,
get my manager called over.
Well, you know,
Well,
your manager should back you up on this.
Managers are going to cave on that.
So-
They always do.
especially with a person like that.
So, what kind of tip did she leave?
It was $2
Oh my gosh.
Really? After all that?
after all that.
And you even burnt the toast for her. Well,
Purposefully.
Customers, what are you gonna do?
you know, this is
Serve 'em.
this is something that people should pay attention to, though. You know, you go to a place and you walk in, and you act like it's your kitchen or your house, like you own the place.
And they're your maids.
Yeah, and there's your servants and stuff. I mean, like, you know the people that have never worked in food service before. You know that they have never experienced it for themselves, and they just act like you owe them something because they're attending your restaurant and your service is of the utmost importance to them. And then they leave a bad tip, like, I don't know, like they already weren't a jerk. So I don't know what people think they're accomplishing.
It's kind of like my my whole landowner thing last year, except or last episode, except actually serious.
Yeah. Yeah. You should start walking into places
I own land.
demanding things.
Serve me something.
So, moral of the story: leave a tip.
Leave a nice tip.
Don't be that jerk.
Get
leave a tip.
Or if you're going to be that jerk, leave an extravagant tip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make up for it
exactly.
monetarily.
I like those people.
Anybody else have anything? Or shall we move on?
Yep.
Alrighty. So, hey, Jeremy,
Yeah.
did you have anything you want to talk about this week?
Well, I thought we could do a follow up on the Lindsey Graham smashing his phone. Was it 2 weeks ago that we did that? With the,
I don't remember.
so I think it was 2 weeks ago.
2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah, where he smashed his phone because Donald Trump was giving out his phone number. So, anyway, I thought we'd follow it up with a couple of other ones if Eric's got those queued up.
Yeah, I do.
One of
Well,
them.
I've got one of them.
We've got
Something
two
about
different-
machine guns.
Yeah, so Ted Cruz, a senator. Boo ads.
I just muted it. Go on.
Anyway, Ted Cruz is trying to be pretty cool with his gimmick.
Okay,
let's
so I'm
just
gonna
watch
play
it
it
and see
in
what you
this-
guys think.
Weekends, cooking breakfast with the family. Of course, in Texas,
He
we
stole
cook
this.
bacon a little differently than most folks.
He.
That's right, machine gun bacon.
Okay, there's some bacon and a machine gun and more.
I mean, it's
wait,
not a machine gun
FPS
because
Russia
it's
totally
semi-auto.
Yeah, he's wrapping the bacon around that. And someone else did this too.
FPS
Just
Russia
recent-
did this.
I know, but someone else did it recently too.
Okay.
This is a total rip-off, but that's cool.
But I mean, the big thing for me is they title it machine gun, yet they're supposed to be gun nuts, so it's not a machine gun because it's semi-auto, not full-auto.
I can tell that.
Okay,
they're-
hold on, Jeremy. Hold on.
All right.
Hold on.
It's trendy.
Hold on.
So bacon.
Hold on. No. We're going to clear something up right now. Most people may think what you're saying right now is very petty. But I would like you to explain to everyone watching, listening, the difference between a machine gun and what this man, Mr. Cruz, was actually firing. Because I think it's something that people actually need to understand, because before they start like saying crazy things. And then just a little bit of education. It doesn't mean you have to like guns after you explain this, but just give people a little bit of an education real quick.
All right, so people use the term machine gun and assault rifle pretty hand in hand, but the major difference is machine guns are actually banned federally. You have to have a class 3
Because they
license
are
because They're full auto.
fully
What that means
automatic.
is you pull the trigger once,
It goes boom.
you
Hold it down.
it, and it keeps going boom, 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 boom. One time. So single action, lasso bullets.
The ones you see in movies, the crazy one, like
Yeah.
Rambo style. That's a machine gun.
Yeah, because it's machine fired. You're pulling the trigger, and then the machine itself is rapidly firing. That's where
Where
the term
an assault
comes from.
rifle, which people can actually buy,
is semi-auto, meaning it's
Yeah.
not. That's even a confusing term. It means I pull the trigger once, it goes boom once. I let go, I pull the trigger again, it goes boom again.
Interesting.
Is that
Interesting.
is that clear for that?
yeah, I think that
That was
I
a little
think you-
condescending, I think,
I think
but-
you explained that was kind of rude.
A little bit rude, but you know.
So, anyways, let's see. What's
So bacon. There's
So
bacon
he
on the
made
end of this
bacon.
he
gun.
cooked bacon.
that's
on
really
the
the end of
barrel
it.
of a
I
gun.
I'm
mean,
just gonna say that
he
kind of
eats
looks
it.
disgusting.
It looks
That doesn't
really
look like
gross.
good bacon there.
He eats it, really?
Probably
He
not
eats
well
it, yeah.
cooked.
Yeah,
Let's
he's
watch
got his
it.
plastic fork.
He eats a tiny bite of it.
Yeah.
Oh, he looks like he really enjoyed that.
So the real funny thing I find about this one is
Okay, but there's people in the world that are gonna watch this video
and go, yeah,
and be like, he ate that bacon, man. He ate that bacon.
bacon and guns.
He cooked the bacon on the gun and then he ate the bacon, America. I'm gonna
vote him president for this reason.
I'm gonna vote him so hard.
Yeah.
Let's all vote him hard.
Let's vote him. He makes bacon with guns.
Well-
He's in. He's our president. I mean, that's Merca.
That's all you need, right?
America.
I
that's
just
right,
don't.
America.
I don't know. Is that what it's come to now? Like the political system is about like making cool YouTube videos about
I think.
Yeah.
bacon
I mean,
and
I think
guns?
so. I mean, we're going to
Yes.
see a couple others, but before we get off of this one, the part that I mentioned about them calling it a machine gun is almost laughable because he's coming from the group on the right, religious right, specifically that's like, this is not a machine gun. So they're very clear on it when they're talking about Second Amendment rights. But then he does this thing and he calls it a machine gun because he'll
sounds
get
cooler.
more hits on YouTube. I don't know. It's kind of, I don't
Yeah.
know. I just don't like it.
Anyways,
All right, so that's gimmick number 2 for us because a couple of weeks ago we had the other one. So let's do. There's 3 renditions
how to
from
kill
another
the tax
senator
code?
who's running for president.
Okay, I'm gonna try to bring this one up. This one is about how to kill the tax code. Oh, there's Rand Paul.
All right, so there's using a chainsaw.
He's using
Right?
a chainsaw to
With
cut the
some-
tax code.
You hear
With-
the music in the background.
Very lightly.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the one.
Wait, that's all?
That was it. That was it. No, you got to show the other 2 because they're a series.
There are no other 2.
Yeah, there
Yeah,
are.
there are
There's
other 2.
Multiple links there.
Those-
I see 'em.
why aren't they in red?
They are.
They are in red. They're separated
Oh.
by spaces.
Yeah. Why? Yeah.
What?
Technical
Okay,
difficulties,
the one
folks.
that says the tax code. Jeremy doesn't know how to
Why
put
don't
4
you?
different
Why
links
don't
in.
you just
The tax
break
code.
the line? You should break the
lines
the
so that we
line.
see the.
Okay, so hold on. Let me get this one so
Yeah.
people
Oh, look,
can
it's like
see it.
Fargo.
Yeah.
So
it is.
first it's with a chainsaw. Now it's with a wood chipper. How do you guys think he's going to finish this off? What's
Fire.
your thoughts?
I'm not invested enough to really care.
Machete.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's just.
We have 1 vote for fire.
Machete
Anything-
raids again.
A machete. Okay.
Oh,
Nothing else.
Let me see. Here. Let's-
katana. I'm gonna
All
say.
right. Let's see it happen.
All right, here we go.
There's a wheelbarrow
Fire.
and fire.
First
There it is.
guess.
That's what we call a fire in a barrel.
There it is. He did all 3.
I like how Rand Paul tucks his shirts in. His t-shirts.
T-shirts.
Did that say Detroit on his T-shirt too?
It did.
Is he trying to get the vote in Michigan?
It says
yeah,
Detroit
for
Republican.
there you go. I think it was actually at an event in
He's
Detroit.
like, I don't wear a belt. And
But anyway, so I
tuck
thought
my
that was
shirt
interesting.
in.
Obviously, the political season is really just getting underway. Tomorrow, there's the first debate. But I think I'm
Is
going
it
to
over
try
yet?
if there. Oh no, a whole nother year of this, folks.
I'm,
But if there's any more really horrible, YouTube video political gimmicks that anyone finds, send it
Please
our way.
don't listen to
Come
Jeremy.
on, send it our way.
I never want to see another one
Yeah,
ever
you
again.
do.
Let's not
We're gonna
encourage people.
Unless you're watching on like TiVo or something, this is all that people are going to see for the next year.
We're on TiVo?
No, he's saying
I'm
they'll
saying
fast
all the
forward.
saying-
stupid commercials
yeah.
that you can't
Oh,
fast
oh.
forward if you're not watching on TiVo or
Hulu.
I see.
Hulu or.
But
No,
they do
you-
have
they have
commercials, but they're
commercials, too.
less. Anyway, that was kind of. I just, I thought I'd bring it up.
Okay.
More gimmicks.
So what else you got?
What else do I
What
got?
did you bring
So,
to the table?
I figured I'd have a couple Apple posts. We talked about Windows 7. You built a PC.
That was cool.
Has anyone dropped their cell phone and broke it, like their iPhone, right? Like
Right.
mine right
Never.
here. You probably can't see it,
I
but
haven't.
if I could zoom in, boom. It's got a couple cracks
Show
on
off.
it because I've dropped it. Nope, I'm not going to let you do it.
I was just going to hold it
I
next
know.
to my camera.
So this is a guy who
Yeah, that would have
dropped
been
his
the close-up
phone
camera.
from long distance.
He also filmed it with his phone vertically.
and then
What
he
happened?
found it.
Why can we not see what he's doing? There's like a. Is it like a?
Oh, there's a
Oh, an ad. Get
more ads.
Get out of my face.
Is that
Okay, it's a horrible video.
Yeah, what's-
Basically, here's the point of it. We're going to be real quick on this one.
Yeah.
The guy drops his phone over 9,000 feet out of an airplane and ends up
There was
finding...
a donkey. How does that have anything to do with this?
Yeah, that's where he found it.
Oh,
He found
found
it
the
in a
donkey?
field by tracking its GPS.
and it still worked.
And it
was
still
fine?
worked. It was not broke. Fell over 9,000.
And he made a new friend.
and
How
made
did
a
he
new
drop
friend.
it out of an airplane?
Did
Did he leave it on the roof when he took off?
There's some phone on the wing.
yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
I don't know. That's not that. Honestly, that's not too surprising, though. I mean, terminal velocity for
Hey.
a phone wouldn't be that much.
I'm
Oh,
just
there
gonna
we
say,
go.
Terminal velocity.
Boom.
Especially if it landed in grass. I mean,
I'm
geez.
just
Especially if
gonna
it hit
say-
a donkey in the
wait,
face.
wait,
when it
wait.
came
yeah.
in.
What is happening?
I don't know.
Somebody has a bunch of
Who's
sound coming
playing
out of
sounds
their.
out of their computer?
Sounds like it's coming
Everybody,
from Jeremy.
mute your computer, Jeremy.
Oops, technical
Yeah.
difficulties.
Okay, so
I'm
It
just
was
gonna
another
say
ad.
that I am
Ah.
impressed with the fact that it didn't bend because it looked like it was an
Bend?
app. Looked like it was an iPhone 6.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh, that it was a thinker, right?
That was. All right, so another Apple. You suck. Thank you. Was
That
for
was me.
yourself?
That was for me. Yeah.
you sucked your. Wait, never mind.
That's not what I meant to say.
I'm not going to talk anymore tonight.
All right. Speaking of Apple products, I think Trevor may find this one interesting with his
Okay, let's get to the point.
Apple centric as he is. But so Apple Watches,
Oh, boy.
right? Everyone knows I don't want one. They think that's
Just
a
keep telling
farce.
yourself that.
Yeah,
It'll
keep
be
telling
okay.
yourself that.
I thought it was interesting. There's a few of these coming out right now, but basically it's a real watch with an Apple Watch on the back.
Yeah, there's a Kickstarter
So-
campaign going on
Yeah.
too for another company that's doing this. So.
Well,
This looks
What do
like
you guys
the
think about it?
stupidest thing in the world.
Because you
What's
don't
the-
wear a watch.
What's the
No, it
point
has
of
nothing.
it?
It's for people that are embarrassed to have technology on their wrist and they can hide it
Then why don't
Yeah.
you just not have technology?
Because-
A watch is
Exactly.
technology.
because they want
Because
technology.
they want
Do you
the
want
heart,
to spend way more on a product that you'll never use?
It's a heart monitor.
I mean, I think people are like, think of like the suit man, the businessman who's just like, well, if people see this Apple Watch on my wrist, they may question my coolness. You
Not
know,
if you're
'cause-
buying
Yeah.
a gold one that costs $10,000.
No, because the people that are going to question it don't get that and don't care. They're just
Yeah.
like, that's like a nerd toy, and like, so these guys, you know, they're going to put that on there and look professional.
because they're sophisticated.
And I suppose
Yeah,
they-
except for the fact that all the richest people in the world now work for those types of companies anyway, so it doesn't matter. Like that's the
Kyle,
the thing.
stop talking facts. It doesn't
I'm just-
matter. The facts don't matter. They do not apply.
This is the
Your
stupidest
rationality.
looking thing on earth.
So what you're telling me, Eric, is that it's business in the front and a party in the back.
It's the
Right.
wrist mullet.
That's right.
It's the wrist mullet.
That
Oh,
is
man.
what it is.
We
Been
have
waiting for so long
discovered
to say
You know
that.
what?
the wrist mullet.
I think I need to get one now just because of that.
yeah, I know.
See, now it's cool.
They should put me in charge of marketing.
Holy crap, you're right. Nathan, you should market this watch as the wrist mullet.
I think so.
That is brilliant. It really is
That
brilliant.
is the best thing I've heard all day.
That is brilliant. Everybody go buy yourself a wrist mullet.
New ad spot coming soon.
And it's just like, it's like the Apple like ad, like with the like
Can
the
we
little
put like
cheery music and like
Can we
the.
have it like break?
We wanted to find something more functional for the common person.
Can the band be braided out of like human hair or something?
And then
That's
we-
creepy.
We bring you the revolutionary wrist mullet.
Patent pending.
You can only have that ad with a white background and a black
Yeah.
turtleneck. That's the only way you can do it.
Business
No.
in front.
I imagine the ad with the Mac and PC guys, but it's I'm a watch and I'm an Apple Watch.
Yeah, and then they have a baby, and it's like
Yeah, yeah. Then they adopt.
the
Just
baby
got
has
really
a
weird.
mullet, and then never mind.
So Joe Dirt will be in this.
Yes, it's actually cross promotion for Joe Dirt's new movie, only available on Crackle right now.
There you go.
And then Jeremy, are you there?
Then we hit a wall.
Hello,
Jeremy, what else we got?
Keep it going.
I'm trying not to interrupt these guys as they give me some fun jabs there. Oh, so today announced.
Fun jabs. Brought to you by the people
How many
that made
people?
you the wrist.
I don't want
mullet.
to. I don't want to ask
Fun
how many
jabs.
people here have kids because some people may not know if they do or not.
If
so
some people may not know if they have kids.
well, some college.
That is
Just
your
carry
statement.
on.
You know,
Carry
college
on.
It's not unheard of.
let's get
yeah.
hung up on this thing.
Well, Netflix. So Netflix a couple years ago they put out a thing where they changed their benefits, where you can have unlimited vacation. Sounds awesome, right?
And unlimited vacation.
That was like in 2010. So today, they just announced that they're gonna give you unlimited maternity or paternity leave if you have a child within the first year.
You know
of
why
that
they're doing?
child's
You know
life.
why they're doing that? Is they're trying to encourage their employees to have more babies, so then they can have like like their own like reality series that Netflix will launch, and they'll be
Oh,
like
that would make a
the
lot of
Duggars,
sense.
but it'll be the Netflix.
It's going to be the Netflix.
The Netflixers.
The Netflix.
Netflixers. It's going to be a hit.
Yeah.
So that's I mean that's crazy, but I think it's in a way it's kind of smart. Like I mean I think all companies should do this and just like because it's more about like I mean I guess if you're in a business that is about like getting the job done. I mean there's certain things like
So
if
this
you're
is salaried
if you're getting
employees,
incoming
right?
calls like you can't really do that. But if it's something where you have a task needs to be done by a certain time, then yeah. Do
Well,
it.
and I saw something about this afternoon too, and the reasoning that it sounded like they had behind it was really good. Like, there's a lot of stuff that comes up in that first year, and in order to make your employees happy, if they've got the ability to just leave if they need to, with stuff going on, you know, being a new parent.
I guess
like,
I don't understand what the difference is though. If they already have unlimited vacation, why do they need unlimited maternity?
I think it's kind of just.
Because just use your unlimited vacation for your maternity leave. Like
I think it's about being able to.
it's about a press
distinguish
release. That's what
between
it's
what
about.
You're doing. It
Somebody
is a press
thought,
release.
"Hey, we could get some attention."
We love those mothers.
Yeah.
and fathers. But that's probably the most interesting part.
With all
is applying it to
with all the
men.
Planned Parenthood stuff going on, it's a good time to love mothers.
Yeah.
That's what they're thinking.
So have a kid if you want more time off.
If you work
There
at
you go.
Netflix,
If
I
you
guess.
work
Yeah,
at
that's
Netflix.
why you. have
That's
a
why
kid.
you have children. Yes.
Well, that and income tax returns.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that why I exist?
yes.
Hey,
Wow.
Trevor. So
Anyway.
I heard that your favorite video game made a change in cast after it was released.
What?
Oh wait, this is Jeremy's favorite video game, isn't it?
It was mine too. I love Destiny.
It's a good video game.
Destiny's the
I've-
best.
So what's happening,
Destiny
Trevor?
is
No,
your
I've
destiny.
I've probably only put 1,500 hours or so.
Look at
into
that
it.
Dinklage beard.
Peter
Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage.
It's a Dinkle beard.
This, as you might have guessed, has something to do with Peter Dinklage.
What? Tell me more.
Tell me more. Tell me more.
No,
So Peter Dinklage was, well, I don't know. Destiny was widely
was a character.
criticized because of his character.
Which was a little flying like drone robot
It was
that followed.
this little.
That wasn't the
around.
only reason the game was criticized.
It was one of the reasons. It was one of the more apparent reasons. He had this rather uninspired
It was
Tone of voice?
tone of voice throughout the
It
whole.
was inspired. It was Cortana because it was just the
Cortana?
remake. Yeah, it was the remake.
What are you talking
see.
about?
I would almost say it
That
felt-
wizard came from the moon.
I so wish I would have picked up. One of
Why
those
did
shirts
I
when
not
they were
have that?
No, but anyhow, they actually are in this new expansion pack that they are releasing. That is another $40 if you want
Are a
to
sucker.
just throw money away.
Here, hold on. Just I think I've.
Oh,
there we go.
Oh, do you have
The
that?
Hive haven't been on Earth in centuries. That wizard came from the moon.
Oh my God! It sounded like Harrison Ford's voiceover from Blade Runner.
Let's listen to that again. That was good.
The Hive haven't been on Earth in centuries. That wizard came from the moon.
Like there was no excitement at all. In that.
Well,
It's just
and
like-
this
He's
is
a robot.
This is supposed to be like this big revelatory moment where it'd be like if I don't know, we found out, I don't know, something ridiculous is happening.
Like
it's
there was a
something
wizard
scary.
that came from the moon.
Like if we like learned like dragons still lived on the earth or something. Well, it lived on the
Hitler
earth
was
or
a
something.
unicorn.
or something
Trevor-
like that.
I don't know about you, but I
One
would
of a
still be
kind,
surprised
you
if
know.
there was a wizard that came from the moon
Well, I
right
mean,
now.
In any case, yeah, this is supposed to be some big moment, and it's just such. And I don't
In
know.
centuries. That wizard came from the moon.
It's just so bad. But anyhow, they chose to replace.
Peter Dinklage.
Well, they recast his character with Nolan North. Some of you might be familiar with him. He's done several things. Like he was the main. He played Desmond Miles in Assassin's Creed. He's more popular known as Nathan Drake from Uncharted.
Yeah.
And he's done a lot of stuff. If you've played many video games, you've probably heard his voice at some point.
Yeah.
But anyhow, they recast his character as Nolan North. But on top of that, they also had Nolan North dub over all of his lines, and so
Like
if you get re-record them all.
Yeah.
And so it's like that's just like the ultimate insult.
This has got to be unprecedented, though.
Yeah.
I don't think. I mean, because maybe if it was before the game was released, or like after the beta was out, and then people were like, "Oh, the voice acting sucked. Let's replace it." But they
scrubbed him.
but it's after the fact,
Yeah.
though. But I mean, it's
Yeah.
kind of a testament to the day and age we live in, where you can like put out a game and then
It's an
they
update.
just update it to
Yeah.
death. And
Because suckers will still pay money for it.
It's the George Lucas method.
So so you can actually now you'll be able to be in that same spot and hear Nolan North say that wizard came from the moon.
Honestly, it would almost be worth it just to buy that, just to hear that.
Oh, so you only get it if you pay the $40 for the new
I take it that
expansion.
way. I guess I'm not for sure if it's something.
Is that the Taken King expansion?
The
Yes.
Taken King expansion.
How many expansions have come out?
This will.
That wizard came from the moon.
Sorry.
I think this will be the third.
And how much has each of them cost?
Nothing for the
$20,
others.
$20.
No, $20 for the
$40.
season pass, and then
Was it?
the new one
No,
was $40.
yeah. Okay, you're right. The new one's the expensive one.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're talking about $60 in downloadable content.
So even if you bought the season pass, this one you have to pay for. That's
Yeah.
the difference.
Which is
and
dumb.
you already spent $69 for the game itself when it first came out?
yes.
Yep,
Which like
59.
Which
Don't get me
the-
wrong though, but the people who are doing this are the people who've put in thousands of hours. I
Yeah,
mean,
Yeah, but how do you? I don't
it's-
understand how people put thousands of hours into that game because there was not much content there to
it's
begin
not about
with.
it's not a content game, and I can so some of you know
it's a
I
carrot on a
actually
stick.
do I
It's a
do play
carrot
the
on a
game.
stick, right?
Okay, so I do play the game, and it's an achievement game. It has nothing to do
achievement game. Explain
Yeah.
that.
So an achievement game is if you're someone who just goes after collecting achievements. So
What are achievements?
achievements you're being cynical now.
No, what are what do you mean? Do you mean like
well,
personal achievements, like?
Yeah, like achievements in the game.
Or are
So
you talking
it's-
about the ones that
it's-
unlock when you do something and they get points on your gamer score?
That's partially it. So it's all the above. So there's the gamer score ones. They have things in the game called Grimoire cards, which basically unlock when you do certain things or when you use a specific weapon in a specific way for so many times. People
Okay.
collect games and,
Yeah.
and outfits in the game and store them, and it's kind of
But
this
don't you think? I mean, don't you think
collector
at
game.
some point though, that's just a way to defend a bad game because people that have already invested a bunch of time into it, they want
don't-
to defend a bad game because they don't want to feel like they've wasted their time.
Well, I don't think they're defending a bad game.
Because at the end of the day,
if there was a-
Destiny is a very specific loop, and it has killer controls. The controls are fantastic. I wish the shooting controls were like that in every first-person shooter. They're really tight and they feel good. But beyond that, there is a very specific loop where you just shoot the same stuff over and over again,
Yeah,
and then
it's a
try to
grind- it's a
upgrade your
grinder.
gear.
Well, and it's not even like it's not even like the Call of Duty games where you
But
go in and you match make and play against each other.
Well-
Like the fact that the game can be beaten in 8 hours when it came out as and
that's the first part of the game, though.
Then you got to pay.
but then you
got to
pay for the rest of it.
You're right, but
And
that's the new model.
That's terrible though that you have to pay that much for the entire game. Like that is absolutely terrible, and that's the reason that I didn't waste any more time and money on it, because I was like, oh, well, they gave me a half-finished game.
Here's the deal, though. It
Trade it in.
It
but
comes,
you could get like Horizon every 8 months a new game. It's just they're instead of
But they
buying new games, you're buying expansions in the game world.
But they take the barrier away once they launch an expansion. So like, it's really hard to get to level whatever, like the level cap.
yeah, they keep upping it at each
then,
one.
Yeah, but then once the next expansion comes out, it becomes immediately easier to get to that level. So all the work you did, I could come in later and not have to do half the work to get to the level that you were at previously.
That was an argument in the first expansion. The second expansion, they fixed some of that with some of the different things that they changed on the way the guns level up. The way that they rank up is different. There's a few different pieces around how you can actually change the stats in the guns. So you can actually have the same gun with two different types of stats, so they do different things. So there has been some growth to it. I agree. There's a lot of people who don't like it and don't like that type of play. But they've got a huge ecosystem, so they're making money.
To each his own.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, Dinklage is gone. Nolan is in. I honestly go back to it every once in a while just because I want to see where it's at, and it is a really fun game at its core mechanic, like at a molecular level.
I think the problem. I think what Destiny's problem was, it was a fun game. It just wasn't a great game.
You could say that about a lot of things. I think its problem was it was a content problem. It was like,
Yeah.
Look at Titanfall, though. It's better than that. And that was a
I
great
don't agree.
game.
I think Titanfall was way better, but that's because
It had
that's a
no
game
storyline too.
See,
It had great gameplay.
But that was a multiplayer against each other. You can sit down and play with friends and have a
here's
completely
maybe
different
the problem.
experience every time you go in.
Maybe the problem is with Titanfall, you knew what you were getting into. You knew it was multiplayer only. You knew what it was.
True.
Where Destiny, there was a hype train behind that thing that was like nobody's business. So when we got in there and we were like, this is Bungie.
This is
This is
it?
Bungie's first
Yeah.
game since they left Microsoft. This is going to be a huge deal. And then it was just kind of like, oh, never mind. This isn't what we thought it was. Bungie just really wanted to make an RPG.
Well, obviously, all the good story writers stuck with
MMORPG.
Microsoft.
It
A MOBA.
basically
Not really.
felt like if
kind of
No
MOBA.
Man's Sky gets
That's not
released
really
and you
MOBA.
only get access to like 3 planets. Like that's what Destiny
Yeah.
felt like to me.
There was
$2 a
four
planet.
planets and the Crucible.
Oh, so
All right, enough of that.
we sold Destiny tonight.
There you go.
People go play some Destiny, okay?
The wizard came from the moon.
All right.
I think we have another soundbite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That wizard came from the moon. He can live on in infamy that way. So what is next? Let's see here. Nathan,
Yes, sir.
would you like to talk about some Harry Potter movies?
Sure thing.
Okay.
So this was originally slated for last week, but we didn't have time because we ran long on a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, as per the norm.
So it's actually dated news now. But the director of the first 2 Harry Potter movies, Christopher Columbus, came out and he said,
Wait, which Christopher Columbus?
the one that directed the first 2 Harry
Not
Potter
the
films.
Ocean Blue.
Not the one that
1490.
sailed the ocean.
Not the one that sailed the
92.
ocean blue. The one that stayed in England.
Okay, great.
No, it's 1492. I said 892. 1892.
You mean
I was
after
like-
the American Revolution?
It's totally
Yes.
different, Chris.
Columbus was a slacker.
So
Anyways.
he's come out and he said, I want to make more Harry Potter movies. And his rationale is, in the last one, spoilers and yada yada yada,
Spoiler alert.
it jumps from the ending to 19 years later, and Columbus said, let's make up some stories about that time.
Like fill in the gap? Or
Yeah.
between those 19 years?
Yeah, he's like, we got 19 years of more potential stories here that we could tell.
And did I hear right that Colin Farrell is going to be in it?
This was something different. This is the
Oh.
Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Is that like a
It-
spin-off?
It's a spin-off. It actually
okay.
takes 70 years before the Harry Potter series. So
Oh, okay. So sorry, didn't mean to derail it.
no.
I'm completely lost.
See,
yeah, I saw like the fourth
Wizards,
movie.
Jeremy. Wizards.
I will say
That wizard did not come from the
I
moon.
watched the first 3
He came from under a staircase.
within this throughout this summer. I finally watched the first 3.
I'm an avid. I love the Harry Potter movies and the books and stuff, but it's just okay. Here would be your problem here if you did that. Okay, so imagine you've got your Batman versus the Joker. So Batman takes down the Joker, and then your next movie is Batman taking down some common criminals. That would be what it was.
You mean Batman Arkham Knight?
Except even more boring. If it was all consisted of all the little guys you just punched in the face all the time.
Batman takes on the Jaywalkers.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what it would be.
I mean, there's that, but my concern is that they're getting the guy from the first 2 Harry Potter movies. Those were easily the weakest
Yeah,
ones.
really.
Yeah, that's true.
Those movies get persistently better. Like, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
by around the 5th or 6th one, I was just like, okay, these have taken a different tone, and then by the end, those last 2 movies where they split the book apart were just fantastic.
So you're saying a guy who hasn't seen past the 3rd one,
Needs
I
to
should keep going.
They get
Yeah,
much better.
they do.
They get
Yes.
much better.
All right. We'll see.
Okay. Well, that's actually really interesting. I mean, maybe it's.
See, I am in the boat. I would always love to watch more of them. I just don't know. I think they would be much worse than what they were.
Yeah.
I mean, I would. If they would say, "Hey, we're going to make some more Harry Potter movies, and we're going to do all this stupid stuff," I'd still be really excited about it.
Yeah.
They'd find a way to make a villain for you.
Yeah,
They'd
there would
find
be
a way.
something.
It's Voldemort Jr.
He had a kid.
Potter finds a way. Okay.
Okay, so next story?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so to bring it down now,
Down, Chinatown.
there's a lawsuit going on about Forest Park Elementary School in Indiana, in which a student who's referred in the article only as AB was. It came out that he doesn't believe in God like the other kids do.
Alan Burton. Is this a public school?
I believe so.
Oh, it does say Indiana Public School.
There
it
you
does
go.
Say that in the headline.
Forest Park
And-
Elementary.
And his teacher took him aside and was questioning him. And ultimately, what they concluded was that he needed to sit by himself during lunch for the next 3 days. So he didn't pass along his views to the other children.
Experience what a godless universe is really like. Enjoy your PB&J alone.
Wow.
And so even after the 3 days were expired, the other kids continued to leave him alone and just ostracize him. So now the parents are suing the school and the teacher.
Wow. So they just one thing that shocks me is that it's a public school that they're able to get away with that.
Yeah.
You'd expect the exact opposite, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, who cares
You'd-
in a public
You'd
school?
think the
It's
teacher
free
would be
for all,
like,
right?
Yes. Good. Come eat your sandwich with me and the devil.
Wow. I
I didn't know you went to school with the devil?
I thought you were pulling a candy in the van type thing, but that's
You know,
awkward.
I get this though. I mean, I just thought this era was done. Like like when I was a kid, I was like in the 3rd grade, I think it was, and kids was singing "We Built the City" on rock and roll, and he got like in so much trouble. Like he got sent to the principal's office, he got detention or whatever the equivalent was, and like the
Is that because it was a
third
falsehood that the city was not actually built on
it was-
rock and roll?
yeah, I know. They're like, your teacher is also going to be punished for teaching you history that is inaccurate. This city was built on
Actually, it was built on some rocks,
but
no rolls.
No rolls. Yeah, we're a low carb town. Get it straight. No buns.
No fatties.
Oh, so that is a crazy story. I mean, the fact that for any reason though, I mean, like aside, like just put their reason for doing this aside, like for a teacher to
Like-
single out a kid and make him feel that way around his peers.
And just to treat him like a leper. I mean,
Yeah.
just to cast him out, be like, You don't belong.
Well,
here.
don't use that reference with the kid though. He wouldn't get it. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Oh, because
Treat him like bad person. You no good. You don't spread no bad no more.
Wow.
There you go.
I mean, I get like the kid is being a bully and punching some other kid. Okay, separate them. That makes sense. But you believe differently. You should sit in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
Don't spout your crap to other kids.
That's right.
So is that kind of where the story ends?
Yeah,
though
that's-
the parents
They're suing.
are gonna
That's-
sue, and that's all we know right now.
That's where it leaves off right now.
Okay.
Maybe we'll have to visit that one in the future.
I
we'll
will
see if
try to
there's-
keep up on it.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on. Kyle, I think you had the most stories.
Oh man, I
ever.
found some.
I don't
found
think
some
that I
good
know
stuff
that.
this week.
Are we
will
starting
say,
from the
you know,
top?
you started
I mean,
early.
we can start from the top,
All right.
or we can start from the bottom.
Tell me where you want to start.
Let's start with this hitchhiking robot.
I like this story.
So why do you like this story?
So
Let's-
some of these
let-
guys don't know. We keep track of the things that we're going to talk about and stuff like that. And it was the first one you put on there, and I'm like, oh my goodness, that was going to be my first one, but I couldn't do it because you did it. So why don't you?
Yeah. So there's
Shows
a
what it
robot that is.
We can skip this ad in 3 seconds.
Oh,
okay.
it's not letting
there
me
you go.
skip. Okay, there we go. Skip, maybe. Oh, it's not letting me skip it on my screen.
Oh, okay, cool.
All right. So I know it's not working.
Oh.
wait,
All right,
wait,
Mr.
wait, where
Robot.
is it?
So there's a robot.
There's a robot.
Domo
And-
Arigato.
It's something that is an experiment to see how far it can get hitchhiking across the U.S. And
It wasn't just the U.S. though. I mean, it started in Europe.
well, right, but this specific robot,
Yeah.
his goal was to hitchhike across
Hitchhike.
the U.S. Started his journey in Boston
Wait.
2 weeks ago. Well,
It's
I guess
self-aware?
like 2.5 weeks ago. I don't think it's
Or
self-aware.
is this like
No.
people that take like a gnome
But it's
and,
got
with them on
Correct.
vacation? and
something like
take a
that. But it's
picture
got
of
some
it?
computers in it,
And
right?
people would take pictures of it. It would talk to
Computer.
you. It would sing along with you. It would do a few different things.
I got one question. So you said it started in Europe. How does one hitchhike across the
Hitchhike.
ocean?
So,
What is a hitchhike?
yeah, so-
Phineas Fogg did it.
Well,
a
there's
robot
actually
can do it.
there's Instagram pictures and other things like that. It's actually people there was someone who put it in their plane and,
Oh.
and flew them back with them.
Wait, so
and then it ended up going
Can I do
around
that?
Canada. It ended up going around
It's
Canada
not
as well.
It's not with one person though. It's just kind of people
no,
are taking it on.
They
and
take
moving.
it somewhere and it hitchhikes.
Why
It
is there a
says, "Hey,
picture of
can
it
you
with
take
its
me
arms
here?"
ripped off and it's just like sitting in the
this
trash?
Is, this
Story.
is part of the reason that this is a story because it lasted 2 weeks and there was a picture or they found him like just basically
Murdered.
beaten up.
Oh, that answers my question.
And basically humanity can't handle a robot that we would
Can we
take.
talk about
I think it's
robot
not just
hate?
humanity. It's
Can we talk about the hate?
it's the United States specifically because this thing has been going for like months, and like I said, it went all over Europe. It went. It spent like 3 weeks in Canada. It get 2 weeks in the U.S. and it's like completely demolished.
So there was
So-
a video that came out of a guy that had supposed to have killed the hitchbot. I don't know if it was a real one or not. It says that there was a full surveillance video that was released that shows that it was a fake. But it's still, it's kind of sad that a robot in an experiment like this can't even make it across the U.S.
I think there's a positive note here though. There's another nerd group in was it Portland? I forget where it was at. That basically volunteered to build a brand new one. So maybe we'll see Hitchcock back on the road.
All that to say, it's no wonder that Bender hates all humans
That's right.
Except one.
except Fry. Yeah.
So what's next?
All right, so that's the story of the hitchhiking robot. There was more news that came out this week about Facebook, and I saw somebody else had some other Facebook news that we'll get to, I guess, later. But Facebook now is about to start testing their solar-powered internet planes that look like stealth bombers. It's supposed to be
So wait a minute. So Facebook.
I can't get through a single story tonight with you, can I?
I gotta ask this. So Facebook, it's a social media network, right?
Jeremy, I'm not sure where you've been for the last about 6 to 8 years, but yeah, it's a real
There
popular
was a
thing.
movie about it.
A
No,
guy
I'm
named
saying,
Mike
but
Zuckerberg started it.
Now they're
and
making planes?
When you have money, you do things.
Can the robot hitch a ride on the plane?
Probably not.
Google used to be a search engine, and
It
now
looks-
they do other things too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it looks like it's a giant stealth bomber. It's kind of cool idea. I mean, I
To bomb people in stealth.
no, not that the flying ISP or internet service provider. So this is supposed to
stealthfully bombs other countries with
Exactly.
Wi-Fi. Brother.
So basically, this V-shaped plane has a wingspan of a Boeing 737,
Jeez.
but it's going to only weigh between 880 and to 1,000 pounds.
Well, that's about how much I weigh.
So about the third of a weight of a Prius. It's
you're
supposed
buff.
to be deployed and be able to circle a remote region for up to 90 days, beaming connectivity down to people from
Just-
an altitude of 60
So
to
90
90,000
days is
feet.
also proven to be the exact amount of time it takes for someone to get an internet addiction. So by the time they have been addicted, the drone
Now it makes
crashes,
sense.
and then they have no internet.
And they have to now pay for it in order to stay current with their Facebook friends.
Is that the plan?
Sure. No, I
Yeah.
think this is just supposed to be another way of getting internet to more remote places. And this
So
is,
they'll just send another one after 90 days?
I don't
Oh,
think
they
that
just
it's-
send it back up.
I don't think that it dies. It's based on solar power and other
Some of this
things.
is fairly theoretical, though. I mean, so the record
I
of an
don't
unmanned...
believe that it's theoretical. I believe
Well-
this is something that they are planning to deploy here very
They're-
soon.
That
Correct.
sounds
They're-
theoretical to me.
That means it hasn't been done yet. But it's important to note they're saying
been
it's
built.
going to be up for 90 days, but they've only been able to get a plane to stay in the air unmanned for 2 weeks.
Before it crashes into a
Yeah, but are we
pterodactyl.
talking about? I mean, this is
That's
something,
ever, like anyone in the world ever so far. So if they do this and it succeeds, it's breaking records. It's doing all kinds of cool things. It's also being tracked on the ground by lasers. There's a lot of cool stuff.
My laser.
Yeah. So that's what's going on with Facebook. They are going to become an internet service provider
In the sky.
via planes that are kind of like satellites.
But like, are they flying at a certain elevation where they're not going to like
Yes.
interfere?
Yes. So
with,
it's going to be above where like normal planes fly.
60 to 90,000
But
feet.
it's still. So that's still got to be a pretty strong Wi-Fi signal. It's beaming down.
So it's
Yeah.
doing it by laser. So it pinpoints with the device on the ground, and once they communicate, they stay in touch while it's flying, and that's actually how the signal's transmitted.
Yeah. So,
So it's
anyway,
Wi-Fi
it's a
that way.
Wi-Fi that's going to be provided by a plane. It's
Laser-fi.
kind of interesting.
patent pending.
In another part of the world, specifically Shanghai, there was a man that lost part of his leg after an escalator accident at a Shanghai mall.
I've been warning people of this for years.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, last week there was also a woman in China who had
America is great.
died.
They died. In
Yeah,
China?
there was a lady that was in an escalator
her child,
accident.
though.
She had a child, and she basically handed it off to someone and was sucked underneath or something and died.
Ugh.
So, I mean, this is crazy. Both over in Asia.
Do they have like? Are they confusing their escalators with meat grinders or something?
Maybe
Like, what's
I'm not
going on?
sure. I saw it in a Final Fantasy movie once,
wait.
or no,
Final
not
Destination.
Final Destination. That's the one.
I saw it on
Wrong.
Family Guy once.
What's this? So this person.
It's HuffPost News. It's China's third critical escalator accident in less than 2 weeks. This time in Shanghai, where a 35-year-old janitor was preparing to clean an escalator when he fell through the metal panel.
does not look
His
like
left
that would
leg
feel good.
quickly became trapped. Two nearby mall goers at first seem more curious than shocked at what's going on.
Oh,
And
what's this
quickly
guy
rushes in
doing?
to help
He's
the man.
stuck in an escalator. Look
Firefighters
at
were called
that.
in to help, and after about 20 minutes, they were able to free the janitor from the escalator.
By ripping his
He was
leg
rushed to the
off.
hospital, and doctors say they had to amputate his leg from the calf down in order to prevent the situation from getting worse.
From escalating?
The accident is being but Chinese officials are blaming the victim. They say he violated guidelines by not shutting down the escalator before cleaning it.
That's why I'm
this
the special
follows two
guest.
other tragic tragedies over the past 2 weeks in China. Last
they showed
Wednesday, a
the-
young mother
yeah.
died after falling through an escalator in central China while trying to save her son from the same fate. And 2 days before that, a toddler was hospitalized after his arm became lodged in a gap of an escalator after he tripped and fell at the bottom. Despite the spark and gruesome accidents, Chinese authorities say escalators are safe.
This is
That does not sound like it should be trusted.
well. This is obviously why in the United States we're starting to get rid of indoor malls and everything's just going to outdoors. It's
Oh, it's
because of the
because of the
It's
escalators.
because of the
Oh, yeah.
escalators.
Yeah.
All right. That
Murderous
is
escalators.
conspiracy theories with Jeremy for 300.
That's right.
In other news,
This mall
and
has been escalator free since 2003.
yeah, stay away from the escalators. That's the important thing to take away here.
Okay, why don't we pick one more of your stories?
one more of
'cause
these
you've
stories?
got a lot
There's
of them.
so many good ones.
I know, but pick your
Muppets.
favorite.
Muppets.
I'm gonna have to skip the Muppets. Maybe we'll talk about them next week if we want to. But
Yes.
Jeremy, okay, never mind. We're going to talk about the Muppets because
Dude.
Jeremy's too excited about my other story, and he's derailed me on every story that I've brought in. So,
Yeah, he likes to-
Revenge.
along
Revenge
with
is cool.
several other high-profile breakups in the last several months with celebrities, Miss Piggy and Kermit are breaking up before their new show. They released a statement the other day on Twitter or something. I can only imagine this is a giant publicity stunt here.
Really? That's all you can imagine?
That's all I can imagine
You
because
can't
I
imagine that there's trouble in paradise.
I'm imagining
Maybe there
all sorts of
is.
things.
I could imagine a lot of problems. I mean, with a pig and a frog. Like,
well,
things
but,
just don't
but
work.
Kermit said she's a pig. I do have an attraction to pigs.
But I can't give her a
he's
child.
dating-
And that's what she's been wanting
No,
for
but he's
years.
he's dating a new lady named Denise who works in the marketing department at ABC. That's what it says here. So
Would that be a
who
frig?
knows? I don't know. There's a lot of potential for some issues on the Muppets show when it starts up in the fall.
Some false drama.
False drama.
No fall drama.
Oh, okay.
Okay, can I seriously do this other story?
Sure, whatever.
All right. Shut up, Jeremy. I'm doing it. All right.
You got it.
All right. So there is a couple that got arrested
Wait, what's this?
in
What's
Florida.
the headline on this one? The golden ticket.
Golden
to heaven?
tickets into heaven. All right. So this couple. Yeah, bring up the pictures there. This couple was
Nightmares.
arrested.
That's why this is a great story. Those faces.
They were arrested for selling $99 tickets
Got 99 problems.
that were supposed to get
Two of
people
them.
into heaven. You're supposed to simply present the ticket at the pearly gates, and you're in.
Wait, tell me that again. What now?
So
They were selling tickets to heaven?
into heaven, golden tickets into heaven.
Gosh,
They were
why'd you-
$99 per ticket. You present it at the pearly gates and you're in. The police have said that people can sell tickets to heaven, but they misrepresented the product. They said,
Wait, hold on.
wait.
Stop.
No,
I have to ask. Police said it's okay to sell tickets to heaven.
Correct.
Apparently,
We
yeah.
are in the wrong business.
We are in the wrong business.
That's
and
what
maybe
the Catholic Church pretty much did for a long
we'll
time.
see if this is the last podcast because we might make some money.
Yeah,
going
but then
and
they
selling
got a
some
nail
tickets.
in their door.
Oh, okay.
All right. So basically, he said that the problem was they misrepresented their product. The tickets were just wood spray painted gold with "Ticket to Heaven, Admit One" written in marker. You can't sell something as gold when it's not. That's where the Watts crossed the line into something illegal. Now get this. This happened in front of a KFC in Florida, and this was the statement that Mr. Tito shared. I don't care what the police say. The tickets are solid gold. It ain't cut up 2x4s. I sprayed paint gold, or it ain't 2x4s. I spray painted gold, and it was Jesus who gave them to me behind the KFC and said to sell them so I could get me some money to go to outer space. I met an alien named Stevie who said if I got the cash together, he'd take me and my wife on his flying saucer to his planet that's made entirely of crack cocaine. Wait! It gets better. It gets better. You can smoke all the crack cocaine you want there, totally free. So try to send an innocent man to jail and see what happens. You should arrest Jesus because he's the one who gave the golden ticket and said to sell them. I'm willing to wear a wire and set Jesus up. A man. It's like
The crazy part is they actually sold these. This isn't like they were trying
we'll
to.
We'll get there. Amanda Watts said in her police statement, we just wanted to leave Earth and go to space and smoke rock cocaine. I didn't do nothing. Tito sold the gold tickets to heaven. I just watched. And then the police confiscated over $10,000 in cash.
Holy
Whoa!
crap! What?
Wait. 5 crack pipes and a baby alligator.
What?
Yeah. So these aren't the craziest people in the story. These two. It's the ones who bought the fake golden tickets that are the crazy ones.
$10,000? How much were they selling them each?
$99.
Hold on. So he's carrying around tickets to heaven, and he wants to go to crack cocaine planet.
Exactly.
Why not just use the tickets?
Because they're gold.
Heaven's not made out of crack cocaine. Everybody knows that.
But he could buy crack
Or is
cocaine
it?
here with the gold.
I'm sorry. I just had to share that because I was told about this last night, and my wife, I'll give her the credit here. She told me about this story. I could not believe it. I laughed so hard last night. This is the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Did someone trade the baby alligator for a ticket?
That's what we.
I want to know the answer to that because that would be the greatest sales tactic. Well, hang on. I don't have money, but I got a baby alligator.
Well, obviously there was no other.
Sold.
Obviously there was.
Stevie.
Obviously there was no other witnesses because they're all in heaven.
Oh, logic.
Or they don't want to give up their tickets.
Logic
That's right,
rules.
to get to heaven, because they still have to find the pearly gates before they get in.
All right, so there you go.
All right, that was totally worth it.
Always buy tickets to heaven.
And they never explained why he has all the lines on his face.
Yeah,
And maybe it's from the baby
Maybe
alligator.
he has eczema problems
it might
too.
be the baby alligator.
that could be.
Who knows?
I'm just gonna cover one story real quick here. That goes back to Facebook. We were talking about Facebook, but I saw this. This just
Jeremy, that's Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, he invented
Thanks.
the.
He invented the Facebook,
which is a social network.
Actually, he stole it from 2 other guys.
Oh, so you do know about it?
Truth comes out.
Yeah.
So this story just broke today, and I don't know, maybe it was yesterday. Doesn't matter. Facebook is patenting a technology that can help lenders, money lenders, not golden tickets to heaven, but actual money, discriminate against borrowers based on social connections. So here, a little bit of backstory is this was originally I think Friendster had developed technology that Facebook bought to, like, when you searched, it would keep certain people out of your search list, like unrelevant things from coming up in your search results. But they were able to use this, like if you read further into the patent, there's like a suggestion to use it. It says, in a fourth embodiment of the invention, the service provider is a lender. When an individual applies for a loan, the lender examines the credit ratings of members of the individual's social network who are connected to the individual through authorized nodes. If the average credit rating of these members is at least a minimum credit score, the lender continues to process the loan application. Otherwise, the loan application is rejected. So, in other words, if you're friends with bad credit, you could potentially not get. But yeah, but you don't know that, you know, like you don't know people's credit history. So it's like you could potentially have perfect credit but not get a loan based on who you are friends with on Facebook. Whether this actually is ever becomes a thing, the fact that's how deep it goes, like, is a little bit scary. Like, I mean, you know that Facebook's selling your information, like, you kind of just give up that right because you're like, whatever, it's a tool that I need to use so my parents can see their grandchildren or something. But sometimes, I mean, at some point, that when is it just a little too like dystopian and creepy?
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a lot of different things that I didn't even know that Facebook did. I mean, like last night,
like they have airplanes.
They've got airplanes.
Yeah.
Last night, my wife found
back.
this spot in the security stuff where you can basically send a message to someone and say, hey, if I die, you're going to be the one that takes care of my Facebook account and like closes it or has any. I mean, because there's money that's involved in different people's Facebooks. I get a message every once in a while that I've got like 5 cents in my Facebook account, which I have no idea how that got there. But I mean, it makes sense, I guess, with some of the money and stuff. But it's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought I'd bring that up. So it's just something to creep you out a little bit. That's all.
Success.
Well, now I'm just waiting for an adaptation of A Christmas Carol in which Scrooge uses this thing.
You're friends with Tiny Tim. He's got terrible credit.
No loan for you.
Oh, so should we play our game show? Our favorite game show ever. Let me get the timer up. I should get a timer.
We need the timer.
We need to get. Let's go. Ooh,
we need
a timer.
and 5 crack pipes.
How much?
And a baby alligator.
It's only 60 seconds, not 5 minutes.
Why is it
not 300?
See, I'm gonna do 60-second timer. All right, we've got a timer ready. And who
is there sound on there?
I don't know. Maybe we can.
There
make
we
the
go.
Sound.
There you are.
All right.
Beep,
So
boop,
who's
boop.
Let's
Kyle?
Let's play it.
All right.
Let's just get into it.
Let's go.
All right, it's that time again where we play our favorite show, Advice in 60 Seconds. Each week, we've got a different tubber who will attempt to answer as many Yahoo Answer questions in 60 seconds as possible, using only yes or no answers, with one wild card answer where they can give any answer they want. Tonight's contestant is Trevor. Come on down.
All right.
Yay. Are you ready, Trevor?
Yes.
Say hi to your mom.
That was not one of the questions
Yes.
there. All right. I'm going to pull up the answer or the questions here. Eric, let me know when we're ready to start.
All right. On your marks. Trevor answered these good. Get set. You got to beat. By the way, Nathan's record. He's the first one to play this game last week. His record is 11. You can beat it, Trevor.
All right, let's go.
All
for
right.
this.
On your marks. Get set. Go.
I have a 1997 Subaru Impreza Outback. I just changed the battery because the old one was corroding at a positive terminal. Still nothing?
No.
Who's Devin Miller Kid?
No.
If you went back in time, were white, rich, and owned a plantation, would you buy a slave?
No.
What's the value of 2a squared b minus 2c squared?
Yes.
What made a deal, made a deal with my parents to sell my ATV for a dirt bike. Now they won't hold up their end of the deal?
No.
Work as PT, part-time freelance, social media manager. Do I check sole proprietor or other on W9?
Only if it's Facebook.
20 seconds.
There we go. Will back up and reset delete all of my apps?
No.
Why doesn't AJ Lee run for president?
No.
Why doesn't AJ Lee run for president?
No.
Do people in SoCal grow up hating the word hella?
Yes.
How soon after you post bail are you to be released legally?
Yes.
Done.
What's
All right, so we've got
Jeremy, what is our count?
11.
11.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
We may scientifically prove that it is only possible to answer 11 Yahoo Answers questions in 60 seconds. That is fantastic.
That was fun.
Well, that pretty much does it for us this evening, ladies and gentlemen. We thank you again for lending us your ears and your hearts. We hope we've warmed them a little bit.
You can have them back now.
Yes.
Send us some emails.
Send us emails at iwannaget@minuteattub.com. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter and Twitch. Make sure to share our posts. If you got some feedback for us, let us know. Let us know. That's Spanish for
Let us know.
And also tell us if there are any baby alligators we could have.
Yeah, we're willing to exchange some golden tickets to heaven if you're interested. Got a trunk full of them.
Got them at the KFC.
So,
But they're not real gold.
No, they're
we
not.
We can sell those legally.
So we can totally sell them. So it's been good, and we love you all.
That's right.
Sayonara.
Goodbye.
Bye.
To find her and find out the trouble she's in. You tell me she's not here. I follow the trail of her tears. That's how I got to Memphis. That's how I got to Memphis.
That's how I got to Memphis.
She used to say, she'd come back to Memphis someday. That's how I got to Memphis.
That's how I got to Memphis. That's how I got to Memphis.
Well, I've eaten a bite. I haven't slept for 3 days or nights.
That's how I got to Memphis. That's how I got to Memphis. That's how I got to Memphis.